Hello everyone, this is lesson number 5 on our introduction to guitar. Thank you for sticking with it. And if you're just joining us and beginning to play guitar, go ahead and go back and start at lesson number 1. Today we're adding 2 new chords to our playing because we just need to get some chords added so we can start playing some more songs. So we're going to be adding the D chord and the A chord. And a great way to practice these chords is actually with the song Fallin by Tom Petty. Now before we get into just playing these chords, remember, patience is key. And you're going to want to work on these chords a little bit each day. So you might not have them perfect today or really feel like you're getting a good sound out of the chord today. That's all right. Pick the guitar up again tomorrow, work on them again a little bit. And if you do that each day this week, by the end of the week, you'll notice some progress, right, towards playing these chords. So let's start with the D chord. We're going to be playing our D chord here is going to use the open D string. And then our first finger is going on the 2nd fret of the G string. Your second finger is going to go on the 2nd fret of the high E string, and your third finger on the B string on the 3rd fret. All right, go ahead and give that a strum. Yep, adjust your fingers as you need to. And remember, we want to use the very tips of our fingers on our left hand, getting kind of close to the frets if we can, but not on top of them. Nice. Now, for matching the record key, we'll talk about using a capo with this chord. Right now, we're definitely in a different key from the record, just to kind of learn the chords first, but we'll talk about the capo at the end of the lesson as well. So you can play along with the recording. That's a fun thing to do. So you can go ahead and check your notes, make sure you got all those notes ringing out. Very nice. We got our D chord. Now, our second chord of the song is a D sus4 chord. And to make this happen, all you're going to be doing is adding your pinky to the 3rd fret of that high E string. You're leaving everything where it's at, just putting your pinky down on the 3rd fret of the high E. Yeah, nice. I love that chord. All right, now go back to your D chord, so lift up that pinky. Yeah, and if you're hearing that your high E string is muted, it's probably because of this 3rd finger is touching that string, right? So really, you'd want to really make sure you're coming from on top above the string with that fingertip, and that will help you get that high E string sound out. So go ahead and play that D chord. D sus4, add that pinky. Now you're going to strum that again, and then you're going to lift it up and strum the D chord again. So let's play those 4 in a row. We've got D, add the pinky, that's our D sus4, strum that again, and then lift off. Yep, one more time. And let's do it just one more time too. Yeah, nice. So those are our first 4 chords we're going to be playing on the song. And then let's go ahead and look at the A chord. This is our last chord we need to learn to play this tune. So our A chord right here, everything you'll notice is on our 2nd fret, okay? So everything is on the 2nd fret for the A chord. So we're going to go ahead and place that chord. You're going to use open A. Then your first finger is on the 2nd fret of the D string. 2nd finger right below that, 2nd fret on the G. And 3rd finger right below that, 2nd fret on the B. So all your fingers are kind of scrunched in this 2nd fret area, as you can see. Go ahead and give that a strum. Yep, and you can pick each string to see if you're getting all the sound out. And once again, same thing with this. If you're not hearing that high E, it's okay for now if you're not hearing that high E. If it's not quite sounding out, it'll get there as you practice this more. But if you're not hearing it, it's probably because this 3rd finger is touching that string, okay? So you're gonna wanna try to move that around, really playing with the tip of the finger so that it's not, so you can hear that high E sound. Nice. All right, we're gonna try to put these chords together. Keep in mind, these are brand new chords, so playing this in time today may not happen. That's all right. You'll work on it a little bit each day, and you'll get there in no time. So you might be still placing kind of one finger at a time when we're switching between chords. That's okay. So let's go back to that D chord. So again, first finger, second fret, second finger, second fret of the high E, third finger, third fret on the B string. Let's just practice switching between D and A a little bit. So now switch to A. Yep, you're probably gonna have to go one finger at a time starting out. All on the second fret. Okay, go back to D. Alright, switch to A. Very good. Place them down one finger at a time. Eventually you'll have these chords so well memorized, you'll just kind of switch all your fingers simultaneously. But when you're first starting to play these chords, typically you gotta place one finger at a time on the strings. There's our A chord. Go back to D. Yep. And back to A one more time. All on the second fret. Nice, okay. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this in time, and if you're really getting these chords quick, feel free to join in, playing the tune in time. If not, what I'd like you to do is pick a chord. So pick either D or A, and you're gonna play that chord when we play it in the song, okay? So when we play the A chord, strum that A chord, or when we play the D chord, strum that D chord along with us, all right? Here we are. And like I said, if you really got the chords down though right away, just join in. Here we go. Nice. Okay, now, like we talked about though, the recording is in a different key. So if you want to play along with the recording and play along with Tom Petty in the key that they're playing on the record, you're going to need to have a capo, this right here, and you need to put that capo on the third fret. Now when you place your capo on your guitar, you want to get as close to the fret as possible without being on top of the fret. Okay? So you can hear all the strings. You don't want to have any muted strings necessarily, so you can play with that, moving the capo around, get it to a spot where you like it, where you're comfortable. Now you're basically, what the capo is doing is it's acting as the nut of the guitar usually does. So these are basically your open strings now. So all the same chord shapes that you played without the capo work with the capo. And it basically is changing the key. So for singing, this is really important because you might learn a song, try to sing along, and then find that the key is too low or too high, so you can use capo to easily change the key of the tune using the same chords that you already know. So let's play these same chords up here. And here we have Free Fallin' in the key of the record. Nice work today. So, as we talked about, the key to learning these new chords is having patience, so go ahead and work on them just a little bit each day, and by the end of the week, they'll get better. So, thank you for sticking with me for this lesson, and just keep practicing those chords, and I will see you at the next one. Bye!